Hey there, my name is Veritech, and this is How to Overwatch For Beginners, a series focused on helping players build a good foundation of habits to improve their play within the game. In this episode, we're going to be breaking down Reinhardt. Rocket Hammer is his primary attack. Reinhardt swings his massive hammer in a wide arc as his primary source of damage. This is a melee attack. Barrier Field is the right mouse button. Reinhardt deploys a massive 2,000 health shield to protect him and his allies. Although he can move with it active, he cannot attack and it slows his move speed significantly. Charge is the shift key. Reinhardt charges forward in front of him, and any enemy that gets caught in his path gets pinned. Colliding with walls and environment is an almost guaranteed instant death for non-tanks, and characters with large health pools take massive damage. Also note that the charge is steerable slightly by pressing left and right after activation. Fire Strike is Reinhardt's E key. It's his only non-melee attack. He slings a flaming projectile wave forward in front of him in a straight line, dealing a large amount of damage to anyone it hits. His ultimate ability is Earth Shatter. It's his Q key. Reinhardt slams his hammer into the terrain, dealing damage and knocking down any enemies caught in the blow. Also note that the environment blocks the ability, so enemies hiding behind rocks and such will not be affected by the ultimate. Keep that in mind when positioning to use it. And now the basic how-to for Reinhardt. With the combination of his 500 hit points and 2,000 points of shield, Reinhardt has the largest health pool in the game by far. He's perfectly suited for learning good positioning when setting up a team fight, and he also excels at both attacking and defending objectives. Reinhardt also shines in maps with choke points in close quarters because of his massive range of all of his abilities, both ranged and melee. With every sickening crack of his hammer, he punishes any enemy unlucky enough to be in the way. He is also perfectly suited for learning the tank role in the game because he has no ammo to reload, so it's one less factor to worry about. You can just sit back and focus on soaking up damage while providing cover for your teammates. When opportunity arises, his charge is able to surprise opponents and break up a solid defensive formation, assuming you communicate with your healer what your intentions are. His ultimate can also be utilized to mop up a team fight because of the lengthy knockdown it causes as a result. In short, he's the perfect starter tank for anyone looking to jump into the tank role in the game. Reinhardt is also very rewarding in both a passive and an aggressive playstyle. He can push payloads forward with ease, and with a Mercy or Lucio sticking close by, he proves to be nearly impossible to take out. However, one thing to keep in the back of your head is that he requires a bit of patience when setting up that perfect aggro combo, because he has no ranged attacks other than his Fire Strike. He relies on his team to do most of the poke damage before engagements. Although his E ability is quite potent when used, it travels fairly slowly and can be easily dodged by an enemy who has decent awareness. Reinhardt is also quite slow in his movements, and when his shield is depleted, it takes quite a bit of time to recharge back to full. Because of this, he can be punished rather heavily by characters like Reaper, Bastion, and any other heavy damage dealers. The one main caveat to that is he can excel against Pharah, because his shield is able to be deployed in any direction he faces, including upward. Also, be wary that more often than not, when you commit to a charge, you put yourself on an island. Reinhardt can still be damaged from behind when traveling, and the only way to cancel the charge is to run into something. If you travel too far from your team while charging, you put yourself at the mercy of the enemy team, and more often than not, it will result in an armored corpse in the middle of the opponent's formation. Also, if you mistime the ability, you could find yourself flying off a ledge rather than delivering a bone-crushing slam into an enemy. Individuals who play Reinhardt will notice the feature of his kit is his shield and centers on smart usage of it. It is large, it has a gigantic health pool, and although it takes a while to recharge when taking damage, it provides a haven for your team to hide behind. It can also block ultimates like D.Va's Self-Destruct, Junkrat's Riptire, and Roadhog's Full Hog, but he's still affected by the knockback. If he gets caught in a Zarya ultimate, he can provide emergency protection for his fellow team members when they also get caught through the quick deployment of his shield. So much emphasis is placed on his shield and it's incredibly invaluable, but also keep in mind abilities that can bypass it. A McCree can flashbang above your shield, thus stunning you and dropping your defenses. Bastion in Sentry mode chews through it like it's made out of butter, and Junkrat can jump his Riptire over the shield quickly and detonate the ability, resulting in a death for both you and anyone behind you. An enemy Reinhardt can also charge you, thus rendering your shield useless as you fly past your teammate in a metallic armor-on-armor bear hug. To conclude, bust out Reinhardt on almost any map. His strengths far outweigh his weaknesses, and with a small amount of awareness and some smart usage of his shield, he can overpower and disrupt enemy defenses and help turn the momentum of a fight in your team's favor. He is rewarding to all styles of play and excels when paired with a support and a heavy damage dealer. As long as you keep an eye on your shield's health, position yourself to soak as much damage as possible for your team, and snipe enemies with effective usages of both his Fire Strike and Charge, more often than not, you'll be staring at a victory upon conclusion of many, many matches. Again, my name is Veritech. If you feel this was helpful, feel free to like and subscribe, and be sure to tune into my live stream daily for some application of what I just shared. We'll see you on the field of battle, and remember, the world could always use more heroes.
I'm the ultimate crushing machine!